Alright guys, welcome back to VALORANT News. After Zellsis' generational performance against NRG to get Sentinels through to Masters Bangkok, he has been popping off over the last couple of days on the main stage, calling out especially NRG. They've made the controversial change, we believe, getting rid of Bonkar, getting rid of Verno from their starting team, but Zellsis also calling out the organisation at large, saying, hey, you shouldn't be trash-talking us, and we qualified to Bangkok, and you were absolutely nowhere near. Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always. Is this the version 1 Zellsis villain arc coming back into play? I wanted to start here again with the rankers because they've done it again. They 2-0 TSM last night. So this is Swiss stage. TSM were 3-0, looking very good. And rankers just destroyed them. And look, Kane Zera has been on fire. It's actually remarkable how good this kid is. I think he's only 16. That's the scary thing. That this kid is 16, running it down with the Odin and dropping plus 16 across 2 maps against TSM, one of the best teams in Challengers, hypothetically. So, I mean, yeah, what do you even say at this point? Eggster stays on the perma Yoro and just seems to be absolutely crushing it. Like, if you look at Eggster's numbers, it's pretty funny. In the last 60 days, the last 90 days, all time, okay, all time he's played a couple of different things, but the last 90 days, Eggster literally has ran only Yoru on every single map, and it's just working pretty spectacularly for him. So, kind of insane, to be honest, but it continues to work, and I mean, Kane Zera is the man of the hour as it stands. I mean, he played the ISO and the Reyna, and he goes 45 and 29 largely with the Odin in play. Like, just ridiculous stuff, to be honest. Certainly the second map on the binds. I mean, at Haven, they won 13-8. Then they won the bind 13-10. So, you know, amazingly, they actually lost a half. They were down 7-5 at the half. But then in the second side, on their defensive side, Ken Zero went 17-5 on the Reyna. So, GG, chalk it up. TSM go down and Rankers advance. I mean, I'd love to see Rankers play a team like mid-pack America's team. Like, I'd love to see them play, I don't know, Crew Esports or even 100T. I think right now, like, imagine we could just get a Rankers versus 100T show match. I'd be there watching that because I'd be fascinated to see how they would get on. But yeah, they've gone to 4-0. And with the Swiss stage continuing, the 4-0 start, that confirms their spot at the playoffs. They're guaranteed, no questions asked. So, yeah, congrats. Unbelievable, honestly. Like, there's lots of great teams there. The M80 roster, the Qubit Academy, TSM, among others. But Rankers have dispatched of everybody so far. So these are the teams on the lower side, looking pretty bad. If you go to 0-4, you're definitely chalked up in terms of getting to the playoffs. And we got these other games coming up in a few days' time here. So it's a few days off until next weekend when, you know, until next midweek, basically, until these matches get back underway, and then, you know, the challenger side continues. But it's Rankers really putting it down the marker for now, and as Baby J says, also known as Inspire, 2-0 TSM, no one can beat us. I think they're on an insane run, by the way. I think they're on like a 17 win streak. I might have to have a look at that real quick. Let's have a look at their recent games. So, yeah, 12 more. Yeah, since they've become Rankers, they're undefeated. They've lost a couple of maps in there occasionally, but pretty much it's been clean 2-0s all the way. So, yeah, is it 17 in a row? 5, 10, 15, yeah, I think it's 17 win streak. So, remarkable stuff. And as Baby J says, proud of the boys pulling through. Guarantees us playoffs with the #1 seed, it seems. So, yeah, wishing the best for those guys, because, man, I'm excited to see them continue to play. And if they were to get to the league, that would be a storyline. Let's talk FNATIC, some of the drama over there. We know that Elmer Putty, as the coach, was kicked not long ago, 6th of February, that was confirmed. And yesterday, Tanmay was talking about how Bonkar was probably going to go there as a replacement. There was a verbal agreement to sign him. Of course, you know, he said verbal agreement, not guaranteed, because contracts and stuff like that. But there was a feeling that, yeah, Bonkar going in was an option. Zellsis says, Bonkar to FNATIC, Leo comes back here in the news, crashes back to NRG, the universe is shifting, right, as a potential idea. But actually, no, that's not going to be happening. Now, Kojo has done this plenty of times before, when there's a rumour that happens and he says false. Now, the last time he said this, the last notable time that I can remember anyway, was when Kayak was, there was a rumour that FNATIC was signing Kayak. And he said, false, that's not true, we are not signing Kayak. But actually what he was really denying was that they had signed him. So it's a kind of, you know, there's intricacies, a bit of nuance to this. But effectively, I think the article said that they were basically preparing the paperwork for Kayak, and the reality was that they were only just considering him. they did eventually sign him anyway, right? So just because Kojo says false does not mean necessarily that it's going to be false. And Tanmay then says, okay, yeah, my bad on this one. Like, it seems like he's going to get the Verno Bonkar stuff right. Everyone seems to agree on that. But on this one, he jumped the gun a bit. And he says, my sources were confident, but I've been informed no verbal agreement has been made between FNATIC and Bonkar. Talks only started Monday. Nothing has been decided yet, but also confirming, at least to some regard, that there were talks there, as in Bonkar ain't on NRG anymore, because otherwise there wouldn't have been talks. So that's pretty much what the implication was. But actually then, Alejandro says that it is going to be Doombros. So, you know, apparently he's going to be the assistant coach, and then Milan is going to be promoted to head coach. So that's the rumor anyway. It's kind of all over the place now, because Bonkar was maybe going to go there. I thought Doombros made a lot of sense, of course. You know, former Na'Vi guy, has been around some time. I thought he would be brought in for sure. And then it seems like they're going to make additional changes as well. So, yeah, that's what Alejandro's saying. Obviously, Tanmay said something different. Who really knows? But yeah, we'll see what FNATIC do, and whether this is actually going to work out for them, I guess, is one of the other key questions. But I also wanted to share a very important clip here from Zellsis. Now, of course, the confidence is sky high for Zellsis. Yes, they lost in the finals to G2, and fair play, G2 played well, but they still qualified for Bangkok, and that's the big deal at the end of the day, especially compared to teams like NRG, teams like 100T that failed to qualify. So Zellsis, especially having played very well in the series against MIBR to get over the qualification line, has gone, it seems, full villain arc. And I like what Zellsis has to say here. Absolutely love it. I think it's great for the storylines. I know that some people will hear this and say, oh, I can't believe this guy's ego is so big and all this, but you know, this is what it's all about at the end of the day. If you're a player with no ego, like, what are you doing? You're not going to win anything as far as I'm concerned. So it's nice to see, I think, the confidence here from Zellsis in his own team and in the potential they have going forwards, but especially his comments on NRG, not just on the Verno Bonkar stuff, but also on the potential of NRG talking trash to them on Twitter while simultaneously getting slammed out of the tournaments.
Oh yeah, my honest thoughts on the Verno Bonkar thing is, I feel like even if it is real, because like we don't know if it's real, but if it is real, it has to be like out of game stuff. I feel like, because I think I feel like I feel like cutting a player like Verno right after just one tournament. I mean, the thing is, I don't think, like, he had like a bad tournament, right? I'm pretty sure he had he didn't have like a great tournament, but like even then, like doing it during kickoff or whatever, and not like after split one or something, is kind of crazy. So I feel like it has to be like out of game stuff. Like they're not getting along or like something like that.
Damn. Wait, if you top frag this game, I'll buy this on one.
Let me lock in. A lot of
Main.
I'm turning them, so fucking good
I've had success left on mid, so just wait for it to come.
Oh my god!
No,
That is not locking in.
biggest thing you love since takeaway about this new Sen squad, since you got some reps on your belt since kickoff is done? I mean, biggest takeaways for me is we're extremely talented and my entire team wants to win. Those are the plus things. I feel like, I mean, with the new meta, we like switched a lot of I'm on Sentinel, and then it's like, you know, there's a lot of things that we need to work on. And then, I mean, the other things we need to work on is just our stage confidence and our mental. These are like the only things we need to work on. Dude, I'm going for murder this year. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Like G2, okay, G2 played great. G2 played great. But let me just say one thing. They are lucky they won. Because if I would have won that kickoff, I would have been the biggest dickhead in the scene. I don't care. I have NRG. I have all these little rodents coming out of the woodworks and talking all this shit when G2 on us. Yeah, everyone jump on the G2 bandwagon because you can't beat us. So what is it, Matt? NRG couldn't even play us because they're so shit. Why is their org tweeting at us? Like, you couldn't even get to play us. You got smoked. Like, what are we talking about? My nipples are hard. Bro, I have a big chest. I have a little bit of gyno, and my nipples are pointy, okay? It's genetics. Suck my balls, all right? I can't change it. I can't do nothing about it, okay? Where's the PR training? you and your PR training, dude. I'm sick of this shit. You know what happens when you're too humble? You see this? Do you guys see my fingers? You guys see my fingers? People just walk all over you, bro. They walk all over you, and I'm sick of it. V1 Zellsis would have never allowed any of this shit to happen.
So the comments, of course, being made during the course of the kickoff tournament. NRG were also like already long gone, and Sentinels then say VCT needs a hero, and NRG says it wasn't you after they got slapped around by G2 in the upper side, which they did, fair enough. But as Zellsis says, you know, NRG, you can't be ones to talk any kind of trash, because by this time you were long out of the tournament. You didn't even get to the opportunity to play us because you were just so bad. So, you know, I think it's pretty funny stuff. He's also riling up again a little bit of the controversy with G2 Esports to see how they fare. We, of course, know going into the major, and well, the major as it were, but you know what I'm saying, right? The big tournament in Bangkok, the Masters, that these 5 teams from other regions, including Loud from their own region, are not going to be there. So, you know, Paper X, Heretics, Loud, Gen.G, FNATIC, teams that you may well have expected to qualify, none of those are going to be there in attendance. Sentinels, however, will be there. And this is the schedule, just for your guys' reference. So February the 20th is the first day of Bangkok. Edward play Liquid. That's first game of the day. The second game of the day is DRX Sentinels. It's obviously an early start Pacific time, to say the very least. But yeah, DRX Sen is going to be second game of the day. And then Vitality T1 and G2 Trace Esports on the second day. So that's how the tournament is going to kick off. Very much intrigued to your thoughts on all of this stuff in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, take care, and I'll see you next time.